Well, we now stay with the build-up to tomorrow's start of the commission. The Pretoria High Court has dismissed Deputy National Police Commissioner Shadrack Sibiya's bid to be reinstated. Now, his suspension follows KZN Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi's explosive allegations. Zoleka Qodashe is following the story and joins us live now to explain exactly how this case links to the bigger picture.
Well, good evening, Veronica. You'll remember that some of the relief that was sought by the Deputy National Police Commissioner for Crime Detection, that's Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya, sought to interdict the commission from continuing, or rather interdict any prospective disciplinary action against him within the SAPS. You'll remember that that action was sparked by a series of events that the National Police Commissioner Fani Masemola said took place after he returned from leave, where there was a directive from the then Police Minister Senzo Mkhunu to dismantle the PKTT, that's the Political Killings Task Team in KZN. And so he said that he didn't want a parallel process to unfold. That is the Commission of Inquiry that's been established by President Cyril Ramaphosa that is set to begin tomorrow and will look into some of the allegations that have been made by the top cop in KZN, Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. So that is some of the relief that was sought by Sibiya, to say that there shouldn't be two parallel processes that unfold. He is willing, he says, to appear before the Commission of Inquiry, but doesn't want any prospective disciplinary processes to unfold within the SAPS. You'll remember that that's an internal process within the SAPS, and his senior, who would be disciplining him in the confines of the disciplinary regulations that regulate how SAPS members are disciplined, would be entitled to such a move. And that's some of the findings of the High Court, the full bench of the High Court in Pretoria, that essentially the terms of reference of the commission and what the disciplinary process seeks to do in the SAPS are completely different. And also, there's nothing that bars Sibiya from being disciplined within the SAPS, given outside of the fact that there is a commission of inquiry that may possibly look into his conduct as well.
Yeah, and all of this misconduct, of course, coming from the issues that rose from those dockets, specifically looking into the political killings. Now that the commission is expected to get underway, what are we anticipating, perhaps in terms of how this could affect his case as well?
Well, we understand that his legal counsel is looking at the prospects of an appeal, but that may also be a tricky issue, because you remember when the judgment of the High Court was handed down, they did declare that his application and the relief he sought was moot, and that is because it had been overtaken by events. Now, you remember that when he filed the urgent application before the Superior Court, it was against a stay-at-home order that had been issued by Masemola. But on that very same day, there was a notice of suspension that had been filed against him. So in his, I suppose, as he seeks to seek relief of having that stay-at-home order set aside, reviewed and set aside, it's been overtaken by events. So the challenge that he should have lodged was against his then notice of suspension that he had been served with, or rather the then suspension. So the court could not consider something that had already been overtaken by events. But I do think those 121 dockets, you remember at some point there was a tug of war over those dockets. His superior, Fani Masemola, says they had been languishing in the head office in Pretoria. And in terms of his role, it would be interesting to see what his role was in all of this. You'll remember that Fani Masemola says that he had ordered a phased-out approach of these dockets instead of a complete shutdown of the Political Killings Task Team. And he says that Sibiya defied that order, an order by his superior to have it phased out. And he instead said that it should be he likened it to the Scorpion, saying that an immediate disbandment of the political killings task team should happen. So it would be interesting to see what role he played in that entire saga.
And we'll certainly be getting more of that information when the commission kicks off. That's our reporter there, Zoleka Qodashe, speaking about the bigger picture and some of those big names that have been implicated in Mkhwanazi's allegations.